and welcome to another video from Benefit of the Doud. I'm your host, Adam Doud, and joining me as always is co-host Cliff. Cliff, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Had a rough couple of weeks, but I'm back and feeling good.
Yeah. And I'm not sure. We're doing two videos today, and I'm not sure which one's going to go up next, but I'll say it twice, I guess. So Cliff had a little life got in the way situation going on there, so which is why we skipped a week last week. We're back on track now, though, so we should be good. And today we've got an item that I'm very interested in, mainly because I've been drowning in smartwatches for the last like 2 months or so. Because I'm working on like a little backstory here. I'm working on a really in-depth tested best list for Forbes for the best smartwatch, and as a result, I have I spent. And I posted this on Threads. I spent like, an hour and a half the other day in the library taking 7 to 10 photos each of like 10 different smartwatches. So, and today we're adding number 11 to the list.
I had a question about how you photograph smartwatches, because I saw one that you did recently for a smartwatch that you reviewed, and there's you somehow get it to stand up like on its band, and there's no apparent, like, what's your secret? Or you not want to tell anybody? Is it
I don't know which photo you're referring to. I used a few tricks for that. I mean, we could definitely talk about that, especially once the watch comes out of the box. But do you remember
it was something that you had recently. I think it was on I don't think it was Forbes, so it had to be Slash Gear.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. What have I?
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, it might have been CMF. Yeah, because I did.
It was a CMF for CNN. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. And so, well, actually, I mean, that wasn't all that hard. So the CMF watch comes with a silicone band, and the way the band sits inside the case. Let's just go ahead and bring on Skippy here real quick. We're throwing the script out the window here.
Yeah, sorry, I'm really good at breaking the script.
No, it's fine. So the reason I have the ScanWatch 2 here from Withings, and the reason I have the ScanWatch 2 is because up until now, this is the only hybrid smartwatch I've really had a chance to play with. And you know what? Just realized I forgot to mute, but I wasn't hearing an echo. So now I muted and we're fine. But anyway, so you'll notice that the band moves very freely inside this case. Well, for the CMF watch and for a few others like the OnePlus Watch 2, the Apple Watch Ultra, it's kind of embedded a little bit. It's kind of more embedded in the case, so it doesn't really have a whole lot of flexibility to it. So for that particular photo, I believe I just kind of looped the band around itself and just kind of let it sit like so. And it's a silicone band, so it has some rigidity to it. Yeah, so I mean that's kind of how I did that. So,
all right.
Anyway, getting back to the context, the reason
we magic have involved, just good old balance and
good old physics, yeah. But anyway, so this is the ScanWatch 2. This is an entry in that particular list, which is forthcoming, or at least it is for now, because I am going to be testing it against the subject of our video today, the Garmin Vivomove Trend, which is also a hybrid smartwatch. And so since this is going up for Forbes, I wanted to go ahead and just take the opportunity to do a quick little unboxing and get some first impressions, because the Withings has this little screen up at the top here. And, when you push the button, the hands move out of the way so that you can see this little screen. Whereas with the Vivomove, it's the whole watch face is the screen, and the watch hands, still stick out and are above it. But, obviously there's more screen to play with here. So, but then you have a difference of about 21 days of battery life versus about 5. So
gotcha.
There's a pretty big cost for that. I also wanted to point out that in addition to the Vivomove Trend, there's also the Vivomove Sport, which is really similar. In fact, I should probably do like a screen share to kind of show you what the differences are. Let me grab a window here. That's the wrong window. This is the right one. So we'll just do a quick share here, and bada bing.
There we go.
Vivomove Trend, and then this is the Vivomove Sport. You can see they're very similar to each other. They're both hybrid. They both have that. We're looking at the Vivomove Trend. You can also see there's a $90 difference between the two of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a lot of difference.
It really is. And so I did a little bit of research on versus.com, which is a site you can go to when you want to compare like, different specs for like non-smartphones. So like the main differences between the two is the Vivomove Trend has an LCD display, while the Vivomove Sport actually has an OLED display, which I thought was kind of an interesting twist, because
yeah, usually it's the
by
reverse
most price,
in terms of
OLED
expense.
Yeah, is more in terms of expense and desirability. So I was just like, did I make a mistake here? But the Vivomove Trend also has a higher pixel density of 390 ppi versus 221 ppi. They basically have the same water resistance. The screen resolution on the Vivomove Sport is 72 by 154, while on the Trend, it's actually 254 by 346. So I mean, it's a pretty significant difference there.
Huge difference, yeah.
Yeah, and the screen size, by the way, on the Vivomove Sport is 0.8 inches, while the Vivomove Trend is 1.1 inches. So they both have a. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, what about case materials? So like, I see that the Trend is stainless steel as far as the watch body, and I didn't see what the Sport was.
I did not see what that was either. Let me switch over here real quick.
It just says black case.
Yeah, it just says black. Okay.
That's probably aluminum.
Yeah, it could be. It could be that would actually probably account for the bigger price difference as well. And again, like I didn't even notice that there was a Vivomove Sport until a couple of days ago, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to look into it. Another big difference between the two is the Vivomove Trend has NFC, while the Vivomove Sport does not. So you can use Garmin Pay, which is Apple Pay, but for Garmin's, which is that's also very desirable. But for the most part, like a lot of the rest of the stuff, very similar. 5-day battery life. Neither one of them has a solar power battery. Thanks. I bet Garmin super appreciates the the Instinct Solar, that now they have to put that into every every comparison. Does this Garmin watch have solar? No, it's just the one. But anyway, so anyway, there's that's primarily sums up the differences between the two. So let's go ahead and crack this puppy open, shall we? Let's go ahead and get rid of that guy and get back to Skippy. Do we want to try to make Skippy bigger, or are we going to end up screwing things up? Let's do. No, I want to do it up there. There we go. Okay. Hey, look at that. So didn't notice if there was any tape on here or anything. I got my
there we go.
Dandy Swiss Army knife. Yeah, right. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's tape, so we can just crack these guys open here. I have opened both ends. Why not? Okay, so we come out. There is the watch with the.
There's the party.
Plastic. Yeah, plastic cover on it. Let's move that off to the side. That's an unusual charger, but okay. I was kind of thinking that this would have a standard Garmin charger, but it does not. So let's so it's like a little thing that clamps onto the watch there. We'll get into that a little bit more. Quick start guide, other paperwork, stuff like that, and that's it. I mean, that's the unboxing experience. So we're gonna go ahead and actually power this guy on. This is a silicone band that is around a piece of foam here.
Now let me ask you, while you're pulling this out with bands, are you a silicone band guy? Are you a leather band guy? Are you a metal band? guy?
I'm actually more of a cloth band guy.
Okay.
I've been wearing. I don't have. I don't have either of the watches that I've been wearing recently down here, but they've got those. Here, this Garmin has it. Sorry, this is great radio here.
Oh, it's fine. No, while you're trying to find that, I think I'd like rubber bands, but the problem with silicone bands is that there was a whole article in The Verge about this, if I remember right, about how they can develop like harmful bacterias, especially if you wear it constantly. And some bands, especially like the ones that are like $10 on Amazon. I mean, some of those actually have like an antimicrobial finish on them, but so I don't think I've ever had a cloth band. No, I have had once before, and I do like the cloth band thing. So I believe
the official name for this is the Sport Loop. So basically it just opens up and you slip your hand on and then you just kind of tighten it up like that, and that's kind of how that works. Those are actually the ones that I prefer. This is a 20 millimeter band, and I think this is a 22. I don't know if I have any 20 millimeter bands.
Was that the OnePlus?
This is the Venue 3, actually.
Oh, okay. So another Garmin.
This is the Garmin Venue 3. Another Garmin.
What's
but anyway,
what's the watch face size, or the millimeters?
The watch face size is 1.1 inches in millimeters. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's 1.1 inches, but okay. Or the case size, I guess, is that.
Let's see. The watch face size is 40.5 millimeters. So
so not big, but not too small either. It's kind of in the middle there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, like the OnePlus watch is at a 47 inch, 47 millimeter case, and I think the Ultra is in that neighborhood, like high 40s, 49 inch, 49 inch. My God, no, 49 millimeter. I think somewhere in that neighborhood. So I'm kind of curious to see
smartwatch.
I'm kind of curious to see like how these pins work.
Yeah.
Like, it seems to clamp on there pretty well.
Well, one of the things that you mentioned with, if you guys haven't read it, definitely go check out this review that Adam just had posted as of today, or a couple days ago on CNN Underscored. But one of the negatives that you mentioned, and we may have mentioned it on our review as well, of the I want to call it nothing, but the CMF watch that we reviewed, is that sometimes watches, when you have those pogo pins, even if they are magnetic, can just pop off of there. I like that idea that what Garmin has done here, so
that it clamps on
there, and yeah.
You know what I can't find though?
The power button.
I can't find any button. I don't think there's any button around here. So I guess we're gonna have to read the manual here. Cliff, when you're editing this, that's not good. This is a really terrible video.
I almost wonder if it's one of those when you connect it to power, does it just come on? Does it wake up?
Let me see here. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Never mind.
What I thought was you're gonna have to be. You are gonna have to be super liberal with that cut button when you're editing this guy. Okay, so plugging it in, it did power up.
Yep. I see it waking up there.
Hola, salud. Okay, cool. Now
stealing a little Mac OS style welcome there.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's on now, so that's good.
Pair with smartwatch.
All right.
Yes.
I have my iPhone here that I'm going to connect it to. Which, by the way, we should probably talk about like what I'm doing with the iPhone these days, because I have a strategy.
So are you still doing the like 1 half of the year on? I think we talked about this briefly, but are you still doing the 1 half of the year on iPhone, 1 half of the year on Android?
Sort of. What I'm doing these days is actually I'm carrying both iOS, the iPhone, and an Android phone full time. The main reason is because the the main reason is because my kids now both have iPhones. And so in order to do any type of like management or
Yeah.
tracking or anything like that, I need to have an iPhone with me. So what I have, and it's already paired to the Garmin, so that's to the Garmin app, I should say. So what I've been doing is I've just been as I do not disturb setting, would you like to turn it on? Yeah, okay, sure. What I've been doing is I'm carrying both with me so that way I can. I'll have to pick out a watch face at some point. What do we think here? Let's. I'll sound.
Oh yeah.
I'll ask you here too. Let's see here. They're fairly basic. I'm kind of thinking maybe this guy.
That's the one I would select too. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. All right, we'll go with that guy. But anyway, yeah, keep default goals, which whatever. And then we're gonna sync it up. Anyway, so what I've been doing recently. Oh, I should probably take this tour. What I've been doing recently, I'll fast forward through the what I've been doing thing. Since I've been carrying the iPhone with me, I've been pairing up a lot of non-phone review devices to the iPhone because I'm thinking the iPhone is going to be my consistent phone throughout the year. Like if I want to, like for example, I just bought a new car. I paired my iPhone up to the car. The reason for that is because if I don't do that, I'm going to have to reset up and repair all these different devices for all the other different Android phones that I'm doing throughout the year. So I think the iPhone is going to be my, what do they call that? When you have like a consistent thing that you're always doing, like I want to say my touchstone, but I don't think that's right.
Your anchor?
The iPhone, the anchor, I guess the anchor. Yeah. I think the iPhone is going to be the anchor.
Yeah.
To
and here's
my...
the thing. Even if I would just say as an example, while you're doing that, you know, as much as I think you and I are probably just a little bit more Android people, at least I am, even though I also carry an iPhone. The great thing is, if you're someone who reviews devices like this, even when if Apple is your anchor, right? And we've talked about this, but when you do have to move into a new iPhone, it just brings everything over. Like it's so much simpler. Compared to Android devices.
So this watch does not have a button. It is all swipe gestures for everything. So like if you want to, I'm going to have to remember how to do these, but you have to raise your arm in order to turn it on. And then you can swipe up to get to the various. Oh, that's fun. Unless I'm totally missing my guess, as I go over upstairs, like so you can see when I went into the what safety features. Okay, great. So when I go into this like stair climbing thing, the watch hands move to the first part of this
that is
dial
cool.
here. So I get the sense that like as I climb more stairs, it's going to go, you know, like that. So that's interesting.
I
really like that integration.
I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a physical button though, but you know, you can't really judge it.
Yeah,
you know,
I really don't either. But anyway, so yeah, I guess if you want to turn on the screen, you just have to tap the screen
or raise to wake.
So that's cool. Yeah, looks like the battery is full, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off of there. Oh my God, this phone is so diminutive compared to the Apple Watch that I've been wearing. But then a lot of things are diminutive compared to the Apple Watch Ultra. Let's see here. Okay, so that's how it looks on the wrist. Not bad. And so this is the controls menu. And I know if you swipe that way, you go back. So if you swipe...
gotcha.
And if you swipe that way, it gives you, oh, wow, that's a fun menu. So like this is a phone locator. Okay. That works. Yeah, it's very near. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh my God, shut up.
Let's see here. It is really funny, just as an aside, just watch trends in general, whether it's a smartwatch. Well, in this case, I'm just going to talk about analog watches, right?
Right.
The it's trended up so much, even in like the last 20 years, in terms of, if you go back and like I recently inherited a watch from a family member. It's a beautiful watch, really nice watch. But I'm thinking it's about a 37 millimeter face, which is just like, I have big wrists anyway. And I'm just like, oh, you're a little baby. And it's because even like analog watches, for the most part, and even unless you get into like the really, actually, even in some of the more expensive, like timepieces, right? They're so much smaller than like your Fossils, or because that Fossil and Diesel really started the huge watch trend. Anyway, I see this both with you know, analog and smartwatches, that when you don't have the huge watch, it feels so tiny. You're just like, what is this?
Yeah. So I kind of dig this. Like, so yeah, with weather, it says it's waiting for data, which Garmin can get a little floopy with weather, so you gotta kind of mess with that a little
Calendar,
bit.
messages.
Yeah, notifications, and then so like, yeah, most Garmin's will share this type of you swipe up or down and you get the various cards. So like, these are notifications and stuff like that. And then
Can you
swipe
move your
back.
move your hand up just a little bit, because our
Yeah,
video there you go.
I keep doing that. But anyway, so yeah, as you swipe up, you get like, that's your steps, that's your stair climbed. This is activity, I believe. This is, I don't know. I'm gonna have to read over the menu for that.
I'm guessing that's like you're like a measure of your total activity. It kind of had that feel. The usual suspects. Is that music?
No, that's it's a group that I'm in. I wonder if it's like a okay. And then, man, stop it. I think I need to put my phone on do not disturb for a little bit, so they stop. So the group stops the.
Getting blown up as you're trying to do a watch unboxing. They should know better.
Yeah, right. They should. They really should. Although I didn't warn them. So anyway, so there's so water intake and your heart rate and your breaths per minute, music controls, which is kind of fun, weather, and then sleep. I haven't slept yet, and then calendar. So yeah, this is
yeah.
What? Oh
no,
you were laughing
at the fact that I was laughing at the fact that you haven't slept yet. No one sleeps when they're a freelance reviewer.
Yeah, that's right.
You just give it away.
You know what sleep is? It's time you're not getting paid.
Exactly. No, I will say though, just my observation, right? And yeah, with the understanding that I'm looking through a video feed while streaming, but the resolution, the crispness of the LCD display looks really good.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah,
and I'm a big fan of the white on black like that. It's great for legibility.
Yeah. I might want to turn the brightness up a little bit. It looks a little bit dim from where I'm sitting. Oh, okay. But yeah, so I mean, it's serving notifications quite nicely. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit to see, what it's all about. Will we do a full review on the? You know what? Comment down below. Do you want to see a full review of this watch, or have you seen enough? That's either one is a perfectly acceptable alternative, but I think that's probably going to do it for this look at the smartwatch. Again, Cliff, please do be liberal with the edits there when it comes time. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode of the show. Comment down below. Not only do you want to see a review of this, do you want to see more unboxings? Do you want to see more do you want to see more of us fumbling trying to figure out buttons, like while we're trying to set up devices initially? Let us know if that's the kind of stuff you want to see. We are happy to be fools for your entertainment. So
let me be your clown.
Exactly. Let me be your. That should be our new tagline. Let us be your clown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dance,
but anyway,
dance.
Exactly. So be sure to like and subscribe. Do all that stuff. You know what's funny? Like, I've been watching a lot of John Zeiss videos recently from SB Nation, and the one thing that I always loved about his videos is at the end he's like, if you want to see more videos like this, I don't know, you should probably just go watch something else. And like it just totally bucks the trend, and I love it. But anyway,
I
so
love
yeah,
some
like and
self-effacing
subscribe.
humor.
Yeah, so like and subscribe, do all that jazz. But you know, I'd like to thank you for watching and for giving us the benefit of the Doud.